Hey, what's up, everybody? Eric Taylor from Taylor to You Coaching. I'm back. Episode 4 on the1tv.com. Hey, feeling a little under the weather, but that's okay. You got to push through. This is the big Taylor Wednesday, March 4th, and then every first and third of the month, you've got Quench Natural building it, Taylor Together, and then Taylor to You Coaching. So, with my coaching programs, as a relationship coach and a chronic illness coach, I use astrology. And we talked about on one episode before, Aquarius season. Well, now we have entered into Pisces season. Yes, that started, February 24th until March 18th. We're not talking about, there's a 5-day orb for the week of the cusp, okay? So that's the official Pisces season. Because the cusp, some astrologers don't even like to deal with cusp, but the reality is the energy in astrology will go from 28 degrees, 29, 0, right? Now you are, when you look it up, right, you are either, let's say, Aquarius or Pisces, okay? 28, 29 degrees, that would still have you at Aquarius. 0, 1, 2 degrees, that would have you at Pisces. But that 5-day orb, you'll feel the energy, right? A lot of you will feel that energy of both signs during that time. So we're officially in Pisces season, so I wanted to get into that. And then later on, we're going to talk about the stern parent, Saturn. It's the mother is associated with the moon in astrology, for those who don't know, right? And your family, stuff like that. And your moon is your emotions and how you think and react to things, right? And then the sun is considered your father, your ego, your personality. But Saturn is sort of like the disciplinarian, like the grandfather, the strict father, okay? Rules Capricorn and part of Aquarius, ruler of the 10th and 11th house. Saturn is the great malefic. What Saturn does, okay, we're going to get into it, but basically it just brings you delays, restrictions, and it's just tough on you. All right, but let's get into the Pisces, okay? So basically, what is Pisces, right? For those who don't know when talking about astrology, it is a mutable water sign. It is the last of the water signs. It's the last sign in the zodiac, going all the way from Aries, right? Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces. These people are brilliant. Okay, Pisces in general, and we got a shout out on the One TV to our Pisces people, right? Lanita Nash coming up, I think it's March 10th, her birthday. Whoop, whoop! Happy birthday coming up, Lanita, right? Because Taylor to You Coaching won't be on your birthday, so I got to shout you out now. And Alana Taylor from Taylor Together and Quench Natural, my wife of Pisces. So many amazing Pisces and a part of our One TV family as well, all right? Now, this is your sun sign, the Pisces. It's what we're talking about. And they are very intuitive, very sensitive. Because it's the last sign, and this is kind of deep, right? They kind of absorb the energies, and because they're mutable, they can kind of adjust and become the energy of any sign in astrology, okay? So Pisces are really good in all the mutable signs. Gemini, Virgo, so you have Gemini mutable air, Virgo mutable earth, Sagittarius mutable fire, and Pisces mutable water. They can all kind of adjust and be cool and friendly with anyone and everybody, and Pisces is the best at doing it. But Pisces, because they're so sensitive, they can feel the energy of other people, right? So if Pisces are in a room and people are yelling and screaming or whatever, this and that, and there's anger, they can either get super sensitive and sad by it or bothered or irritated or become super, meeting that energy and anger and stuff like that. Pisces are very creative. A lot of musicians and artists are Pisces. We'll get to the famous people in a minute. They need to stay away from drugs and alcohol. I'm just keeping it real. All water signs, Cancer, Scorpios too, but Pisces especially. They are the dreamer. They live in a dream world, okay? When you think about the 12th house, you're talking about isolation, jails, hospitals, monasteries, but also loss, undoing, self-destruction, but illusion, delusion. So sometimes, and there's a fog, right? This is Neptune. It's also ruled by, Pisces is ruled by 2 planets, right? We talked about that in the episode before for the cusp of sensitivity. Aquarius has 2 planets, Pisces has 2 planets. Well, Pisces are Jupiter and Neptune, okay? So this makes Pisces very optimistic and positive and friendly and expansive and outgoing, right? And also strong philosophy, strong beliefs. They are the closest probably to all the signs to pure love and return to God and the source, okay? It's just real, you know. Hey, what's up? You know, that's really what Pisces the fish is. But 2 different directions? Yeah, well, because there's this Neptune side of them, and then there's this Jupiter side of them, okay? And so some ways they're being all creative and dreamy and this and that, and, you know, they get caught up in just different realms of spirituality, right? And they're so kind and compassionate, thoughtful, great gift givers to their friends, right? And then on the other side, with the Jupiter, they can be so philosophical, you know, really strong in their education, higher learning. And I was laughing because, you know, one of the traits is that they're great photographers, great filmmakers, musicians, artists, great creative writers. Some Pisces, and I've known some, are great dancers. Now, my wife is a Pisces. She's not a great dancer, but I still love her. It don't matter, right? But, excuse me. So, you know, I think to really understand a Pisces is to really understand spirituality. They are so spiritual, so mystical. You know, they just have this sense about them. And they're sort of like that thin veil between this world and the spiritual world. You know, Pisces really, they have just this amazing sense about them. And they know things. And this is the thing, right? You've got to learn to trust your instinct, your gut, your intuitive nature. Okay? This is for everybody. This is not just astrology. This will help you through your life and guide you. Because that's really how God is talking to you. Not through here, medulla oblongata, but through your instinct, your gut, your true sort of brain. And it's the brain for your health as well. But Pisces, what's so amazing is that they will find ways to show you how they appreciate you. And it's through their love and their creativity, but they know how to make you feel or bring that energy of trust, okay? They don't make you feel insecure in love as a friend or whatever. Now, they might forget birth dates and this and that, but like your car, something happens, this and that or whatever, Pisces is there for you, okay? And that's true, you know. My cousin Dawn's a Pisces, you know, just amazing. Now, Pisces, what's so funny too, they have like an old soul, right? Because like I said, it's sort of like the last time here, basically. And, you know, and that's, look, whether you believe in reincarnation or not, you know, I mean, for me, it's hard, right? I'm deep in astrology, but also a Christian. But it is that last sort of time here if you have evolved and learned your life lessons, right? That's sort of the K2, Rahu, North Node, South Node. For those who know astrology, that's what you know. You understand what I'm talking about. But Pisces, when we get into the love matches, okay? Pisces in general, you need to know your moon, sun, and rising. Those are the big 3 of astrology, right? So think of the rising sign as the paint on the car, right? Think of the sun as the brand name of the car. Let's say you have a Toyota, a Mercedes, right? It's green is the paint, that's the rising, you know? And just the design and the shape of it. The type of car, the ego, is the sun, the brand of the car, right? It's just all about it. And then the moon is the inside, how it turns, reacts. It's the emotions, right? So, but when you're talking about love and love compatibility and matches, you do need to know the ruler of the 7th house. You need to know their sun, moon, rising. Their Venus is their love language, right? For the men, it's what type of woman they might be attracted to. For the women, it's how they want to be loved, right? The Mars is your sexual energy, your willpower, your drive, right? For a man. For a woman, the Mars in a man is what she might be attracted to, but also the Jupiter. The Jupiter could represent the husband for a man. So Pisces are really good with, we'll start with the earth signs, because earth and water are both feminine energies. Air and fire are masculine energies, okay? So the Pisces is good with Taurus, okay? The bull. They're good with Virgo the Virgin. That's its polar opposite. Virgo and Pisces are opposites, right? The 6th sign and the 12th sign. And then Capricorn, okay? The ruler of the 10,000, and segueing to Saturn soon, right? Also, I think Pisces in serious love match are good with, and this is a generalization, right? You'd have to get your birth chart done, and you could hit me up at taylorgcoaching@gmail.com. We could talk about that. I got you, okay? Break it down for you like you never had it broken down before. Excuse me, I'm sorry, my voice sounds horrible. I'm really under the weather. But it's just a cold, not the flu, which I had in January. It knocked me out for like 3 weeks, okay? But, so, Cancer, Scorpio, 2 Pisces together, that's a difficult one. It's too much dreamy, sensitive energy. I wouldn't recommend it, but you need to know the whole birth chart, okay? I could see a Pisces with a Scorpio Sagittarius cusp, right? Because the Scorpio is the water, and then the Sagittarius is the fire, but it's ruled by Jupiter, like Pisces is. And then the Sagittarius Capricorn cusp, okay? Because you're having the Earth of Capricorn and then the Sagittarius fire. And so those are the top ones that I would say. You could do a Virgo Leo cusp, maybe a Virgo Libra cusp. So famous Pisces people, oh my God. We've been talking about the character traits and the love matches, but those famous Pisces people. So we've got Shaquille O'Neal, Method Man. Happy birthday, bro. Wu-Tang! All right, M-E-T-H-O-D, man. To Cal, his first album, very underrated. Respect that man, Method Man. Okay, Common, one of the greatest MCs ever. The Resurrection, I used to love her, all the classics. Great writer. See, what you're noticing is the creativity, but the writing skills. This is what Pisces have, okay? Then you have Erykah Badu. You know about Erykah Badu and how she brings it, and just her energy, and just oh my God. Erykah Badu, you talk about neo soul, R&B, just music in general. You've got the brain, Albert Einstein. Yes, people. Albert Einstein was a Pisces, an amazing Pisces, and changed the world forever with his intelligence, his intuitive sense, and his connection to God. And I think just getting ideas and thoughts from other realms and being connected to God, okay? And we all need to connect to God, whether it's through prayer, meditation, just whatever you need to use, it's important. More so now than ever. And then you've got Carrie Underwood, great artist, one of the best from American Idol. Bad Bunny, Stephen Curry. You talk about Shaq, but then you got Stephen Curry. The innovation, the expansion of the three-point line in his game. He's the greatest three-point shooter ever. I said it. It's true. I mean, you got Klay Thompson, Ray Allen, Reggie Miller, Pete Maravich, all these great shooters. Stephen Curry is the illest. All right, Biggie Smalls is the illest, right? March 9th, we lost Biggie Smalls. Get ready to celebrate that. R.I.P., brother. But who else? Bad Bunny, Carrie Underwood, Stephen Curry. Now you've got people on the cusp. Oh, also, like I said, Lanita Nash, Alana Taylor, my homeboy Smokey Fontaine used to be with TV One, did some great interviews. Smokey's with Apple now. We grew up together in New York. My homeboy. You know, love Smokey. My good boy, Mark Hansen, Damian Young. I've got, some ex-girlfriends. My cousin, Dawn Kennard. Pisces are legitimate. Okay? So that's the Pisces. It's energy. It's Pisces season. So go celebrate your Pisces friends. Appreciate them. Love on them. And they're very sensitive. Okay? And can be very sensitive to joking. So they can't always take when you snap on them. Oh, and also, I forget another great athlete and out here in Arizona. The Diamondbacks manager who won the World Series, Bob Brenly, okay? And Marshall Faulk, Hall of Fame running back, one of the greatest running backs ever, Marshall Faulk, all right? So that's it. That's the Pisces, you know? There's a bunch of others, but those are the main ones that I wanted to share with you and talk to you about. And I think what you see through all of them is this. Now, Pisces men can be more stoic, but they're soft on the inside. You break up with a Pisces man, they'll be ready to make the mixtape and this and that, right? Think about High Fidelity with John Cusack, you know, and he's holding up, you know, all the music stuff. But the women, they write you off. You are dead to a Pisces woman if you break up with them. I mean, unless you know, even if you got kids together, and they'll be respectful, but it's just like, nah, I'm not dealing with you. You know, that's Pisces women. And I respect that. I do. There's no like lingering around, oh, let's get back together. Nah, none of that. Okay? Now let's get into, this is something, okay? When you talk about the planet Saturn, okay, and the way that I can explain things to you, each planet rotates in the sky and the universe, and we're all connected to it through Earth and human beings living here. And they rotate at different times. Like the moon switches signs, right, every 2.5 days. So this moon coming up, full moon coming up on March 9th will be in Virgo. It's like a super moon, right? The other day was in Gemini, so now it's probably in, I didn't check, it's probably in Cancer or headed to Leo. What's today? March 4th. So it's probably in Cancer now. Then it'll go to Leo. Then we'll go on March 9th in Virgo, right? So Saturn, it revolves around each sign every 2.5 years. So you'll hear this term, for those who don't know astrology, when your Saturn returns. But the Saturn returns coincides, show you how God did everything, okay? That's what I want you to understand. God rules it all, not just Earth and human beings, every planet, the ocean, every sign, everything. It's still God. You're not discrediting God with astrology. I'm sorry, you're not. It's a science over 6,000 years old. So when Saturn returns in your life, it's around 29.5 years. It could be between 28 and 30 years. But that's when your cerebral cortex in your brain stops developing. Okay? Now for women, it's around 25. So that's when a human being is really an adult and full functioning, and the brain has stopped developing and growing. So that's, 25 to 30 for a woman. For a man, it's more like 27 to 30. They both coincide with what? When your Saturn returns from like when you're birth, and then at 29. So it'll be like 29 and a half, and then it'll be again, like for me, my Saturn was, just in, or still is right now in Capricorn, and that's what it was in my birth chart. So I've been going through my Saturn returns. So right now, Saturn is been in transit for the past 2.5 years in Capricorn, starting March 23rd. I've seen some people say the 21st, but I think it's the 23rd officially. Saturn will be in Aquarius from now until like the very beginning of maybe 2023, okay? And what happens is this Saturn in Aquarius energy, and I'm gonna explain how it can go through your zodiac wheel, but it's, okay, so Saturn in Capricorn was about, and it's the home ruling sign, was about like the Me Too movement and destroying these structures that have been existing, right? And breaking them down and exposing lies, right? That's the Me Too movement. That's what happened during Saturn in Capricorn the last 2.5 years. So people who have been, having this, their lives going the way they wanted to, and their fame, success, and the power and controlling people, Saturn came in and was like, enough of that mess. I'm flipping that up, and I'm exposing and restructuring, putting in discipline. That's what Saturn is. You have to work hard through Saturn to then get the rewards. And Saturn's rewards, believe it or not, are greater than Jupiter and Venus, these amazing benefic planets that are so positive. Venus gives you, you can just find foods and cars and, get drunk, and Jupiter will expand things. Now, Jupiter can expand things on the negative side too. Gluttony, greed, okay? So understand, Jupiter is this philosophy, religion, expansion, being optimistic, all that stuff, but in higher learning. But it can also expand negative things in your birth chart as well. So understand the science on that. But now Saturn will be going into Aquarius. So here's an example, right? I'm a Scorpio rising. So Saturn, starting March 23rd, will be in my 4th house of Aquarius. Your 4th house is home, roots, family history, retirement, your childhood home, lineage, right? Just your family life, everything that comes from what represents home for you and to you. It can also be your current home where you live, your motherly love, your nurturing. So when Saturn comes in there, it's going to say, fix, structure, organize, discipline, make it right. Do what needs to be done. Put the work in, right? So I got a leak in the garage. Well, I told Alana, by March 23rd, we got to make sure we fix that up so that leak doesn't then expand and expose and cause more damage to the garage or the home, right? So, and this is, it's minor, but it's an example of something that could come up when Saturn is transiting through your chart in Aquarius. Now, what's so weird is that it's going to go back, right, to Capricorn, I think from the end of June, maybe early July to December, and then come back in Aquarius for good for December on. So that's interesting when you're talking about the election in November, because Saturn will kind of if you haven't put in the right work and discipline, it will mess you up. So just think about that in the political sphere and stuff like that. So just watch that, right? But what Saturn in Aquarius is, it's, what do they call it? Body and facial dysphagia. I can't even pronounce it, I'm sorry. My brain and my nose so congested. But when people are doing all this Botox and changing their faces, well, Saturn in Aquarius is about being a rebel, being a humanitarian, being unique, being a little cold and detached. But when you compare it and mix it with Saturn, that energy, it's wanting to be in groups, organizations, and structures, but also wanting to be an individual and be alone. So it's weird energies combining, and so it's going to have people conforming, right? And it's also going to be you're going to have this choice. Join the web of lies that are going on and accept it and live in it, or stand out and be caught up in the collective of unity, love, humanitarianism, and truth, okay? Aquarius is innovation, but the Saturn is the stern, we're going to make things right. We're going to organize, structure, discipline, delay, restrict until you get it together, and then we will bless and reward you. But you got to put in the work. Okay, so I gave you that example of the transit. But in my birth chart, another example, I had Saturn in my 7th house of Taurus. Okay, rising sign, Scorpio 1st house, the opposite, Taurus. Right? Just so happens Alana's a Taurus rising. So it put restrictions and delays on what's your 7th house. Marriage, contracts, negotiations, your other half, relationships. So I didn't, and I had plenty of girlfriends, plenty of relationships, right? But what it did was, it said, put in the hard work and we'll reward you, but it's going to take time. So I didn't get married till after my Saturn returns, till I learned the lessons that I needed to learn to put in the hard work of how to be a better man, right? How to love my girlfriend or my wife or a woman properly in a relationship, right? Put in that and then put in the work. And then it will reward you, and did. I got married at 37, and Alana and I will be, God willing, together forever, right? So Saturn, what it does is it will basically have you in a place, and in this transit, what Saturn's going to do too, it's fascinating because, so I talked about this whole concept of, people distorting their face and this and that. So Saturn is kind of got this whole thing where in Aquarius, it can make you want to be an individual, but feel so needy that you have to feel like you belong in a group, right? Because Aquarius rules the 11th house. Hopes, dreams, wishes, groups, friends, organizations, innovation, astrology, internet, social media. So you're going to find a lot of delays and restrictions in social media, maybe in your friends groups, stuff like that, starting March 23rd, right? But you're going to find that you've got to put in the work, put in the structure, the discipline of your intentions of where you want to be, what you really want to do the next 2.5 years. And then you'll be blessed and rewarded for it, okay? But understand, so it's not just Saturn going into Aquarius. Then after December, you're going to have Jupiter, Pluto, then, Mars will swing in there. And so what's going to happen, basically, you're going to see this age of Aquarius that people have been talking about. The age of Aquarius is upon us finally. And what it will do is it will start to have the collective and unity come together, but you'll have the wolves trying to manipulate and control the next new movements, right? Whether it's peace or love or, climate change and fixing things, legalization of marijuana, right? So you already see John Boehner and other people in politics, they're trying to get ahead so they control the marketplace and leave out the poor, disenfranchised black and brown people, poor whites, everybody from having the opportunity to farm, to make money off of marijuana and all that stuff, right? Same thing with the social media and the internet. They can turn the internet and turn it off anytime they want. Now, we're not in communist China, but one day it might shut it down. So understand, you have to have your knowledge, not just on your computer, but print it out. So you have it, print it out, okay? But I'm just letting you know that what is going to happen, you're going to see some serious changes as the next 5 years will set up the next 200 years with all of these signs going into Aquarius. So get ready, strap on, okay? And just to give you an example, because people don't think, you can go to my YouTube page and check out Tailored to You Coaching, but I have a video about an astrology lesson just showing you the truth, where through astrology you could see the murder of my father. Alana and the kids, December 12th, were in a car accident. So you could see the transit, Saturn return in my Capricorn, right? Although actually, no, I didn't say Saturn return. I'm sorry, it didn't return my Capricorn. My moon's in Capricorn. But Saturn, when I was born, my Saturn was in Taurus. But my Saturn was in Capricorn in the 3rd house of short distance trips, automobiles, this and that. The moon was there, which represents my family, right? Could be your mother, but also could be your family. And then you had Venus. So they were in a car accident. Saturn was there in the 3rd house, short trips, right? It was just like, whoo. Car destroyed, wasn't Alana's fault, woman ran into her. The moon was there, it's my family, right? But Venus, the car was totaled, not a scratch on Alana or any of the kids. Gave me chills. And Venus was part of that. But I give God all the credit. Thank you, Lord. But you know what I mean? So I just hope that you guys understand, and you can reach out to me, like I said, at tailored2coaching@gmail.com, and I can help give you this information. You can get your chart done, whatever. But when you know what your rising sign is, right? Let's say you have a Virgo rising. So then the Pisces is in your 7th house. And before Pisces is Aquarius. So it's going to be in your 6th house of daily routine, health, sicknesses, how you are at work. So for those Virgo rising people, Saturn there could bring some rearranging of your career, your work life, your health, restructuring it. Maybe you become vegan, maybe you change, maybe you work out 4 days a week, maybe but you'll see where, depending on what house it's in, Saturn will change certain things in your life for the next 2.5 years. Okay? So I hope you guys got a lot out of this. Obviously my show's every 2 weeks. I'll be back, March 18th. And we'll get into different things, especially about love and relationships in terms of my relationship Elevation to Marriage coaching program. I'm restructuring it. It used to be 9 weeks. Now it's going to be 11 weeks. Check out tailored2coaching.com. I've got to update my website. Please follow us here and follow me at Tailored2Coaching on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. It's at Tailored2C. Also, the1tv.com on Facebook, the1tv at Twitter and Instagram, It's just the one, WUN TV. Okay, and just support us, join this movement. It's a movement of really love and positivity and trying to give you information that you can use practical in your life that will help better your life. And that's what I just gave you today. I mean, yeah, it's fun talking about Pisces season, but when you get your birth chart done or numerology report, you gain so much knowledge about your inner self, your childhood, your parents, your spouse, your career, your destiny, right? And these things can help you, how to even become a better parent in your children. So I just want you to understand that it can really be beneficial for you. I've been working with so many clients and just been helping them. And I'm just glad to be able to do this show on the1tv.com and just be a blessing to all of you. And I thank you for the support. And, you know, go check out my YouTube page and you could learn some more about astrology or my coaching programs. And just remember, together, we're going to change your life one session at a time or one show at a time with Tailored to You Coaching. All right? So I'm out. Peace. I'm under the weather, but I'll be back. Okay? Wednesday, March 18th. 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on the1tv.com. We will be back. I will be back with Tailored to You Coaching. All right? All right, Pisces. Take care. And Saturn in Aquarius. Not until March 23rd. But it's a deep time. Get ready. Peace. Tailored to You Coaching.